Hello and welcome to my Mates Tupperware. I'm Mark and Liz is behind the camera.
Hello.
And together we're my Mates Tupperware. This is the first of a series of videos where we're going to introduce you to the wonderful world of Tupperware. We're going to share some great recipes, give you some handy hints and ideas that we've picked up along the way. So today we're sharing a quick, simple yet tasty recipe that you can mix up with items you've probably already got in your kitchen today. A few weeks ago, Liz and I got a call on a Saturday afternoon. It was from a friend that said they were coming around in about 45 minutes for a cup of coffee and just to say hello. Well, we wanted something to go with the cup of coffee. We don't keep cookies in the house, so there was a bit of a mad scramble to get to the pantry. We opened up the pantry. Liz noticed we had the stack cooker up on top of the pantry and we had some cake mix and some apple pie filling. I knew we had eggs because we'd just done some shopping in the morning. So that was our recipe, nice and simple. So this recipe took 5 minutes, if that, to prepare and took very little cooking time. So let's have a look at what we've got. First up, let me tell you about the stack cooker. I should have done that first, but it doesn't matter. Our stack cooker, which we're using today, is a great product because you could cook an entire meal, which would be made up of a rice or vegetables, your main meal, and then a dessert. You cook it all at once in about 30 minutes. It's a great item. However, today, we're just going to be using the deep base portion, of course the lid, and the cone for cakes. That's all we'll need. Okay? So let's have a look at what we're going to do with our recipe. First up, we've got apple pie filling. It's a 20-ounce can. We'll just empty that into our bowl here, our mixing bowl. You could use whatever can of pie filling you like. We just happen to have apple pie filling in the pantry, so that's what we used. Secondly, 3 eggs entirely into the pie filling, and we're going to mix that up fully so we're ready to go. We want to make sure this is mixed properly because we've got to break up the eggs a bit, okay? So here we go, making sure that the eggs are fully mixed through. Also, this will help with breaking up your apples a bit because the apples will be a bit bigger. If you use something like cherries or anything else, they'll already be in small portions. Once we've got that fully mixed through, our next step is to add the cake mix. Alright, you can see how easy this is. Alright, we're going to add the cake mix. Now today, this is our first video, so we're allowed to make a few bloopers. Alright, today we're using cherry chip cake mix. You could use whatever you want. Let's mix that through. Make sure it all gets mixed through fully. Make sure your cake mix is nice and moist. That is the secret to this. Alright, we're just mixing it all the way through and it's going to be a nice dough mixture. Fully mixing it. Make sure, and if you just want to make sure that you've got all the pieces all well and truly mixed, we'll get our spatula to get down the bottom because some of that cake mix has just gone straight through to the bottom. Okay, now the consistency is pretty much what we've got there. I'm hoping you can see that. Yes, we're going to pan in, and that's the consistency we want our cake mix to be. Okay, we've got all the powder up from the bottom, the cake mix powder, and this is going to be great. The flavours of the apple and the cherries coming through. Okay, let's prepare our stack cooker. we just put it in, let it go in there. It's going to be very stiff. We'll make sure our base stays in the centre. Because we want a nice sort of bundt cake mixture. And here we go, nice and easy. Remember, this is only going to be a short cooking time. So unlike a cake you would have in the oven where it would be super moist, this is only going to take 8 minutes. So we can totally have it a little bit drier than an oven made cake. Okay. We'll get rid of that. And we've got our cake mixed all the way around. Try and make it nice and even. We want all the cake down the base, okay? Alright, now it's time to put it in the microwave. Let's have a look at that consistency. We can see it there nice and firm. Okay, let's go to the microwave. Okay, our stack cooker's now in the microwave. As I told you before, our microwave is set at 1250 watts. So we're going to be able to cook this for 8 minutes. Remembering, if you go down as far as 600 watts, you're going to want to cook this for about 11 to 13 minutes. Let's set it for 8 minutes and let it go. We'll be back in a minute to see how it turns out. And okay, 8 minutes is done and the microwave has just let us know that it's done. So let's open up the microwave. It smells absolutely beautiful. Let's get it over to the counter. Okay, as with every cake you cook, you want to make sure that it's done correctly. So we've got our wooden skewer. It's come out absolutely clean. So that means our cake's done. Now what you'll notice with a cake like this, it won't be as smooth as when you cook it in the oven. That doesn't matter. So what we want to do now is to allow the cake to cool, and as it cools it will separate from the stack cooker. So let's turn it upside down on the plate we're going to serve it on, and it's already started to separate. So let's let it sit there for about 10-15 minutes to give it time to cool. Okay, about 20 minutes has gone by now. We've left the cake upside down on a plate. Now let's see, we'll give it a bit of a shake, and voila! Our cake has come out nice and clean with our centerpiece. So we'll put that to the side. Now, let's see how nice and firm the cake slices. We'll cut a couple of slices. You can see there how nice and firm the cake comes across. We'll cut a couple of slices to make sure that we've got enough for our friends. And one more for good measure. All right. Look at that, nice, it's come out so nice and clean. What you could have done, of course, and I've already told you that Liz and I eat this with ice cream, once you take it out of the stack cooker or the base of the stack cooker, you could certainly ice the cake. But for what we've got, our cake is ready. For what we had 45 minutes. So we spent about 5 minutes preparing the cake. We spent 8 minutes cooking the cake, and we've let it sit about 20 minutes. And now our cake is ready and we've got about 10 minutes to spare before our visitors come. We've got some nice cake, we're going to have some great coffee, and it's going to be a good time. So that's it for this time around. So thanks for watching My Mates Tupperware, but we've got plenty of more recipes coming your way, so please feel free to join us. Of course, we'd like to become your Tupperware consultants, so please look out and watch us on My Mates Tupperware.